Hello and welcome to our final installment of our Monday night sports show this semester. I'm Sydney Wicker.
And I'm Bryan Buck. Tonight we will break down spring sports. Let's get started with football. After 5 weeks and 15 practices, the CSU football team wrapped up their spring practice schedule on Saturday with the annual Green and Gold spring game. The game, which was between the offensive green team and the defensive gold team, who were actually wearing gray and not gold, was played on the CSU on-campus stadium in front of CSU fans and featured a practice period and an organized scrimmage that lasted roughly 50 plays. They started off the practice period with some one-on-one drills involving the offensive and defensive line and some running backs here, getting pretty physical for their fans here. You can see the coaches getting excited as well. After the running back and lineman drills here, they switched over to wide receiver and cornerbacks. As you can see, Olabisi Johnson grabbing the score in the end zone over fellow defensive back Anthony Hawkins. Couple 7-on-7 drills here. We have Justice McCoy completing a pass to BC Johnson on the out route before they started the scrimmage. The defense was dominant in the scrimmage, as you can see right here, with Anthony Justice going to get a tip off of a helmet, grab the interception in the end zone. Here celebrating with some teammates. The defense was the dominant side in this game, winning the scrimmage. They had 3 turnovers, including a fumble and a blocked field goal. The fumble here as Marvin Kinsey drops the ball on the ground and Trey Thomas is going to recover. Gave a lot of energy for the defense, but the offense had their pluses as well. Justice McCoy started to get into a rhythm. He's going to complete a pass here to Isaiah Panunzio, the tight end, and right after that play, Darius May, the running back here, number 6, he's going to tiptoe into the end zone for the score. Later on in the red zone drills that the team conducted, we've got a pass here from quarterback J.C. Robles as he's going to hit Brandon Fulton, who was the unexpected star of the game, for the touchdown over the middle. Fulton caught a bunch of passes, including that touchdown, and was the best wide receiver on the field that day. Afterwards, the team spent time signing autographs for some fans. Colin Hill, the quarterback with the torn ACL, rehabbing, signed some there. Justice McCoy and Darius May grabbing a picture with some young guys. And we'll have Olabisi Johnson and Richard King there getting some autographs as well.
It's so nice to see the smiles on all these kids' faces who really look up to these guys. So it's nice to see them getting in on the action and getting to meet some of these guys.
We saw fans everywhere. Coach Bobo getting in on the autographs as well. The fans were loving this atmosphere, loving their chance to get to meet some of the players and get to know them. For
sure. It was awesome to see Bobo interact with those children and just see how much it meant to him for them to come out and watch the spring game.
The spring game was a pretty exciting time as well. I know we had the defense come out and really take a hold of the game. They won on the scoreboard. They won in kind of the eye test. They had a lot of energy. They were playing strong. They had a bunch of turnovers. So it was good to see for them.
Yes, we've been talking about how we really needed to see a great defense,
Definitely.
And we really have, especially this spring season. That's all we've talked about is how much the defense is dominated. But the quarterbacks, they really got to step it up if we want to see some good stuff from them in the fall.
Yeah, they did look okay in the spring game. Definite signs of improvement. The running backs looked good as well, but the offense has a long way to go if they want to win a lot of football games in the fall.
Sure. Well, for football, their big announcement that they made on Friday was just one of the starts for them this weekend.
Yeah. Bring it back. Big news for CSU football as the university announced a partnership with Public Service Credit Union for the naming rights of the on-campus stadium. The deal is a head-turner, paying the university $37.7 million over 15 years. The University of Washington has a comparable deal with Alaska Airlines that pays $41 million over 10 years. This partnership with Public Service Credit Union is combined with a $20 million anonymous donation to name the field after Sonny Lubick, meaning the stadium has generated $57.7 million in revenue from naming rights alone.
If you look back over the last, probably 9 months now, I guess, this stadium has really served the purpose that it was conceptualized to do, and that is to engage community to campus, to really serve as our primary engagement asset, to bring in people to this university, to help them understand what Colorado State is all about. And if you look at the first year and what we were able to accomplish, we set numerous records in revenue driven by our football program, records in attendance, and it feels special to be here today at this moment, because the thing that's been missing throughout this 8, 9, 10 months has been a naming rights partner for our stadium, and that's a key element, a major element to what we were trying to accomplish with this facility.
The softball team did not get the results that they were hoping for this weekend against San Jose State. On Friday, the Rams went out 20-4. They were able to avoid a shutout in the bottom of the fifth when Danny Klein hit her second home run of the season and put up points for the Rams. On Saturday, the results were not much better for CSU, where San Jose was able to start the game in the first, where they loaded the bases and got the first score of the game, leading 4-0. CSU was able to take a lead in the bottom of the second when Hannah McCorkill hit a sac fly to center before Ashley Mitch-Elena recorded an infield single to score the home run. But unfortunately, the Rams fell 11-4. Sunday, however, was a different story for the Rams. Karina Gamboa got the Rams on the board in the bottom of the first by hitting her 8th home run of the season to give the Rams the lead 2-0. CSU then extended their lead in the fourth inning when Amber Nelson had her 3rd hit of the game, which allowed Haley Donaldson to score. The Rams were able to come up on top and win their final game of the weekend 10-3. The CSU softball team has 3 more weekends of play before they head to the NCAA tournament to finish off their season.
The CSU golf team took their second journey of the season to the Pacific Northwest for the Mountain West Championship at Gold Mountain Golf Course in Bremerton, Washington. The Rams, who have never won the tournament, were tied for the lead after one round with a team score of 4 under par, but were unable to keep pace with eventual tournament winner UNLV and finished in 2nd place. Rams individual golfers AJ Ott, Jake Stano, and Max Olfke all finished tied for 5th place with scores of 1 under par each.
The CSU tennis team fell in their final regular season match on Sunday. The day did start well in the doubles when freshmen Emily Lutzschwager and Emma Corwin won 6-2. But doubles Alyssa Graval and Priscilla Palomiro had a lead 5-4 but fell in what turned out to be a dramatic tiebreaker where they lost 7-6. The singles matches were not much better for the Rams, where they fell in all matches except for Emma Corwin's sweep over Wyoming's Maya Scott, where Corwin won 6-1. The Rams finished out their season 11-11, which was their best dual match record since 2004. The Rams will now travel to Boise, Idaho for the 4-day Mountain West tournament this weekend. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Litos Castro will give you a preview of what's to come this week in CSU Sports, as well as a recap of CTV's top CSU athletes of the year.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. My name's Litos Castro, here to give you your rundown of the week in CSU athletics. So without further ado, let's get started. Right now, we're going to take a look at your women's tennis team. They are going to be headed to Boise State University on Thursday at 4 p.m. for their Mountain West tournament. This will be their last event of the season, so they're looking to finish strong right here. As we keep moving forward, your track and field team is headed to Wyoming, and they will be competing in the 72-20 invite. This is their last chance for the team to sharpen their skills before they begin their Mountain West championships in just a couple weeks. As we keep moving forward, your softball team is going to be traveling to California to take on San Diego State University in a 3-day series. The first games will be on Friday and Saturday, both at 7 p.m., and they will be finishing off on Sunday at 1 p.m. And finally, we have your baseball team. They will be having 2 doubleheaders this weekend on Saturday and Sunday against the CU Buffaloes. Both times are still waiting to be announced for the games, but it should be a fun event for everybody. We still have one more thing to talk about before we head to break. we are going to take a look at your CTV Athletes of the Year. We've awarded three Ram athletes with the honorable CTV Athlete of the Year award. First off, we have Michael Gallup. He was a wide receiver for your football team who was a key asset in gaining yards and scoring touchdowns. He was a Belinda finalist, consensus All-American, and even holds the record for most receptions in a season at 100. To top it off, he will be looking to go pro this next football season as the NFL draft is right around the corner. In second place, we have Hannah Taverdi. She was a point guard for your women's basketball team, one of the only 3 Rams to start all 34 games this past season, and led the team in both rebounds and points. Pretty impressive if you ask me. And finally, we have Mustafa Hassan. He was a huge star for your track and field team in shot put. He has plenty of achievements ranging from being Athlete of the Year, multiple Mountain West championships, and even an NCAA championship for himself. That's all I have for you, Rams. But don't worry, when we come back, Sydney and Bryan still have one more treat for you for our last show.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
After covering sports during the course of the school year, we here at CTV decided to join in the action by setting up a CTV game of touch football. While the talent level was slightly lower than what we're used to covering, it still provided plenty of entertaining content. We are going to start right here with a throw by Todd to Jared Stratton and run it in for a straight touchdown.
Here, I'm going to try and get a pass to James Slark, but Jared Stratton's going to get the pickoff. He's making a case early in the game for MVP.
And then we'll see James get slipped up by Jared, but still on his feet, and he's going to toss it back to Bryan and just get you guys short of the touchdown line.
And we're going to wrap it up here as Tim throws a quick dump off to me for the score, trying to get that margin back.
Again, Tim is going to throw it here to James with a low snap to the ground. Let's look at that again in slow motion. Oh, just short of the ground right there for the catch.
James pulling it off the grass. And here I'm going to throw a dime. Best play of the game. I'm calling it to your CTV Sports producer, Tim McCall. Beautiful pass, beautiful grab by Tim McCall for the score.
Beautiful grab, but that is definitely debatable. Jared here has a nice run in where he's going to score another touchdown for my team. What can I say?
Good play by Jared. James here is going to try and be Jared Stratton on the quarterback rush, but he is going to find himself, James the jib operator, eating the dirt, being bit by the grass.
I'm going to break away right here, but slightly step out of bounds and try to come back in, but to give my team the first down.
Here, Jared Stratton trying to put the game away for Team Wicker. He's scrambling in the backfield. Lee Toast Castro is there trying to take him down. Spending some time in there trying to get the throw off. Hurls a Hail Mary, but I'm going to grab it and I'm going to bring it back and put my team hopefully in good position for a victory.
And for the final play of the game, the Determinator right here, James is going to drop it back to Bryan, and it's on the ground. Fumble. Slow it down. Jared Stratton picks it up. Let's look at that back one more time.
Jared Stratton getting me into the ground, grabbing the ball. Nice hands there by Jared to secure the ball, the pick, and score.
Yes, what can I say? I'm officially undefeated in my football career.
We tried hard. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I got to give it to you. We had a good game. You made it a battle out there.
Thank you. You guys did win, though, so.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm definitely going to carry that title with me.
I bet you are.
Whether or not we embarrassed ourselves is open to interpretation, but either way, it was a blast to get out and run around with my fellow CTV employees. This school year provided lots of great memories for CTV Sports. Let's take a quick look at some of our favorite moments throughout the year.
Hello football fans, I'm Tim McCall with CTV News here at the brand new on-campus football stadium on the campus of Colorado State University, where we are about to witness the first Rams football game on this campus since November 25th, 1967.
And like you said, no other weapons on the offense. That makes the game plan a lot easier. Stop Josh Allen. There's no one else you have to worry about.
Yeah, you could start doing a lot of things like dialing up blitzes, putting in deep coverages, a lot of extra men in the secondary, getting him confused, getting him off balance, really testing his mental psyche and whether it's ready for the NFL.
Josh Allen is an NFL prospect for a reason. He's got those big hands, he can grip the football in wet weather, and that's exactly what he did today. The wind was whipping around, the snow was falling, and Josh Allen, it really didn't affect him at all. He was throwing the ball great. They were able to run the ball a little bit too, but their playbook and their play calling wasn't limited like it was on the Rams side of the football.
Today I'm joined by head coach of the football team, Mike Bobo. We're going to talk about some football today. So let's talk a little bit about how spring practice has been going for you guys and what's the biggest improvement from the first practice to now.
Well, the spring practice has been good. I feel like our guys have gotten a little bit better each day.
Last week, Justin, you broke the story that CSU was going to be putting head coach of men's basketball, Larry Eustace, under a formal investigation for something that was going on within the organization. Not only were you right about that, but since that has happened, Larry Eustace has now been put on administrative leave and is currently not coaching the team. Can you tell us a little bit about this situation and why the investigation was brought on upon Larry Eustace?
Yeah, the investigation began when a parent of a player complained to athletic director Joe Parker over the way that their son was being treated.
I am Bryan Buck here with new men's basketball head coach Niko Medved. Niko, great to have you here. I've heard you've been doing a lot of interviews. What's it been like getting used to just the school, the media, everything that's been going on? It's got to be a hectic couple of weeks for you so far.
It is. You know, I've been through it before at a couple different spots. Obviously, it's unique for me being that I'm coming back to CSU, and so it's been neat to reconnect with a lot of people.
I think if you're a Ram fan, there's a lot to be looking forward to for the 2018 season.
I know I am.
Hello and welcome back. I am Tim McCall, your sports producer, and I'm going to be a graduating senior this year in just a couple weeks.
And I'm Zach Trombetta, associate sports producer, and I'm a graduating senior as well.
And my name is Jace Hampstead. I'm the sports director, and I'm also graduating in May.
We wanted to come on one last time and just say how special this experience with CTV has been. I know that all three of us have been working with CTV for a couple years now. We've had the pleasure of meeting a bunch of great people, some people who have graduated and other newcomers like Sydney and Bryan here who have done a great job. It has been a really fun time being able to report on the sports here at CSU and just have the opportunity to make a bunch of friends that are in love and have the same passion for sports that I have. We'd like to thank you for letting us into your living room each Monday and for letting us give you the sports news. So for one last time, signing off with CTV Sports, I'm Tim McCall. Have a great night, Rams.